So like, and the transition, was it smooth?
It was not. So I'd gone through the whole journey of starting from zero, of arrays, tags, queues, etc. Right, and going until like graphs, DP.
So you had this transition from Accenture, then to Deloitte, and now you are like into Unacademy, which is like not so, the normal journey. So it's not like that. So how did you make it up? Like, because Accenture is like a totally service-based company, and how did you grow from there? Like, how did you take it up?
So I'll talk about when I was in Accenture. So again, I didn't have any mentor. So I was just looking, exploring around, and I came across Harvard ka one course which was like CS50. It's taught by David
Oh,
Chevalier.
yeah, that's
Right?
the best course
I think
there
everyone,
is.
everyone knows it.
Yeah.
So that was the one wherein I thought कि यार ठीक है college में यार जो पढ़ा that was more theoretical. Let me just go through it. What is it that these people are learning, right? People in Harvard, MIT, Stanford, right? So I just went through that course and I just did a commitment कि I'll ensure to cover this course up, right? And it is a 12-week course, and I was able to close it in I think 6 to 8 weeks with all the P sets, everything. And what I used to do,
Like, how did you get that focus that time? Like, to, like, how?
I think it was more about the hunger. I wanted
Yeah.
I wanted more of it. I wanted to know more, and there was a hunger of I want to solve better problems, etc. Usually when you get into service based companies, whatever task that you get or जो भी काम आ रहा है, you're just doing and
Yes,
just
yes.
just
That's
done
the
with
normal
it.
pattern, yeah.
Usually, like all of my colleagues, they used to come back, they used to sleep, they used to go for party. But at that point in time, I was very much focused around, I used to come back around 8, 9, whatever. And then after like dinner and so I used to go through those courses and cover up those P sets, and this used to go me like 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning.
Like, so you didn't have that peer pressure, like they are going for parties, man.
नहीं नहीं नहीं
No.
उस time पे because those, see, you might feel some days, but then I found more interest into the problems that I was solving.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part to
Yeah.
get that, because it's a very hard part to decide. Like I want to do this.
Yeah.
Because that life is also good, right? Like,
Yeah.
because I want to enjoy that also, but
Yeah,
you
but
have
that
to-
is like temporary pleasures.
Yeah.
Those are all temporary. You have to think long term. Like I think Abhishek did
somewhere
very well.
I knew this कि यार लाइफ में ना एक जगह आपको घिसना पड़ता है.
हाँ.
या तो आप कॉलेज से पहले घिस लो and you get into IITs,
Yeah.
etc. या तो आप कॉलेज में घिस लो, you get better placements.
Yeah.
अब I knew कि I made blunder there, right? I was not there, right? तो then I knew कि ठीक है, now at least I'll have to put
Yeah,
in
hustle.
my this thing, because I believe if anyone is at any place, right, if he has reached some level of better place in terms of the work that they have done or the contribution that they have made in the industry, it is because of a reason, right?
Yeah.
They would have done something better, and that's why they are there. So that had stuck, and again I was following around like C Jobs and all of these guys were always an inspiration. And the way David Chevalier or CS50, the way he teaches, that
Yeah.
energy itself drives you.
Actually,
that is
yeah.
I would give
I love that in the phone book he had like torn that phone book
yeah.
and he was explaining how algorithms work.
That was like
I
the
would
way
give
that
more
she-
credit to him rather than, so mine was only 30% of it, but then
So that
70%
means
was-
like you kind of treated him as a mentor and you try to
Yes.
follow him like that,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So,
yes,
so
yes.
mentor played a very big role in your life.
yes
To look up to, right?
Yeah,
and then you made to transition to Deloitte. Deloitte, what you were working as?
Yeah, so Deloitte again, same software, right? And but then this was little better than what I was doing at Accenture. But then when I was doing that, again it was more like service based, and I had come across couple of people or colleagues who were talking about working in product companies, and they were talking about the problems that they are solving and things like that. So, and I always had this thing initially when you start, you have this thing, यार खुद का कुछ करना है.
Correct.
कि यार मैं 2 साल काम करूंगा, I will learn how things work and then I'll make something of my own.
Correct.
But then you end up in this trap of always working, because every year something new you are learning, right? So that was always there, and that's where I think I ended up joining Zest Money, where it was pure startup.
Startup. Okay.
Right.
So like, and the transition, was it smooth? Like,
It was not. It was not. So again, matlab, when you do
So, yeah.
go to a product based company, again we were discussing just before the podcast, DSA, algorithms, all of it you have to prepare and this thing. So yeah, initially I went through the CS50 course, and then when I was transitioning to the startup, product based companies, you know, the interview process is completely different. The service-based company would focus on more of the language,
Yes.
semantics,
Correct, correct.
etc. Right? However, product-based companies would focus on your
Problem solving
thought
ability.
process, and that would come lot from the DSA and problem solving. So I'd gone through the whole journey of, you know, starting from zero, of arrays, tags, queues, etc. Right? And going until like graphs, DP.
So did you do lead code and all?
Yeah, I did do that. I was doing
Hacker rank.
and lead code, मतलब mix match करा था. So that's where I ended up there. And but then I understood it's a journey, right? It's not about कि यार आपको code करना है and then you have to, you know, mug up how the problem are solving. It builds up a thought process of how to break down a bigger problem into smaller, and then how do you solve it. So that is what the product based companies are mainly, you know, looking for. They want people, if given a problem statement, they are able to break down and they are able to solve it.